Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living.
I just
need
hate
a
the
big
side
swing,
pizza.
home runs,
And
I'm
then
in, and I'll never look back.
the artichoke was really small. They kind of look like jarred garlic.
We all want things, but what you gonna
So
do for
now I'm going to Barnes & Noble.
And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? To fight, to die on, and this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit nervous that I might screw everything up that I've ever done. But what's the point of living if you ain't having fun? I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at.
The next up read on my physical TBR. Daisy sees dead people. Something impossible to forget in bustling ghost back Toronto. She usually manages to deal with her unwanted ability, and she's completely unprepared to be dumped by her boyfriend. So when her mother inherits a secluded mansion in northern Ontario, where she spends her childhood summers, Daisy jumps at the chance to escape. But the house is nothing like Daisy expects, and she begins to realize that her experience with the supernatural might be no match for her mother's secrets, nor what lurks within these walls. A decade later, Brittany is desperate to get out from under the thumb of her abusive mother, a best-selling author who claims her stay at Miracle Mansion allowed her to see the error of her ways. But Brittany knows that's nothing but a sham. She decides the new season of her popular haunted web series will uncover what happened to a young black girl in the mansion 10 years prior and finally expose her mother's lies. But as she gets more wrapped up in the investigation, she'll have to decide if she can only bring one story to light, which one matters most, Daisy's or her own. As Brittany investigates the mansion in the present, Daisy's story runs parallel in the past, both timelines propelling the girls to face the most dangerous monsters of all, those that hide in plain sight. Tell me that doesn't sound like it's going to be a good time. As follows. AJ Richardson is living the good life. Thanks to his longtime lover, NBA star Dre Jones, he has a gorgeous townhouse in New Orleans, plenty of frequent flyer miles, and an MBA he's never had to use, period. Built on a deep and abiding love, their hidden relationship sustains them both. But when Dre's teammates begin to ask insinuating questions, Dre puts their doubts to rest by marrying Judy. Ooh! Not a beard, a beautiful and ambitious woman. Judy knows nothing about Dre's other life, or does she? In Basketball Jones, Elin Harris explores the consequences of loving someone who is desperate to conform. Filled with non-stop twists and turns, it will keep readers riveted from the first page to the last. Honey, I'm riveted from the description alone. Let me see if my library has this. Not Harris's books are hot in more ways than one. Oh my God. I appreciate coming to bookstores because it gives me a chance to see newer items, I guess, all in front of me, and then I can look to see, okay, what looks interesting. And let me go check to see if my library has it. Because one thing I'm gonna do is borrow the book from my library. Yeah. I'm spending all this money on. They don't have the book club pick, so I'm where the W's are, and I'm like, hold on, let me find the first W, because this is WH. Where's WA? Wiener. Ward. Walsh, Wallace, Walker. We're going the wrong way. Wallace, Walsh, Walsh. Okay, no Walbrook. So confirming they in fact do not have January's book. Let's see if they have February's book. Isn't this a newer book? Oh, I'm bugging. I feel like they should have this book. Hold on. So I'm going home now. Once I get home, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit. Not too much though, because I still gotta read this book. I ended up making it to like chapter 13 because my silly self, oh, the lights are better this way. My silly self was browsing through them aisles so long that by the time I sat down, it was already 5:30. I got to this side of town at 4 o'clock. So between eating that pizza and then walking around Barnes and Nobles, that was an hour and a half just gone that I didn't plan. So I was already behind, but I'm not much further. I'm not where I thought I was gonna be by this time today. It's almost 9 p.m. I should be home just after 9. So when I get in the house, I'm gonna have to buckle up, Buttercup. I'm gonna take my dog out, and then I'm gonna get some reading done. Pray for me. I mean, pray for me always, but y'all, I guess y'all don't gotta pray for me when it comes to this book. By the time you see this video, it's gonna have already happened. So I'm gonna come back and hold y'all hostage again when I wake up in the morning. So this black woman owned cafe slash wellness space opened back in November here in Alexandria. It's just steps away from Eisenhower train station. So I walk past Starbucks, I walk past Dunkin' to come here and support a small black woman-owned business.
Caption is available to Amtrak and Virginia.
And now putting the camera away because people getting on the train. Illustrated. Hold on, look. But they're illustrations. The anime. It was an anime. Anne of Green Gables. Y'all watch anime? Yes. Do you have a Fire, Sword, and Sea by Vanessa Riley?
Fire, Sword, and Shoot?
And Sea. Yeah. You're silly for that.
I'm very much it's a me problem. And then
clearly.
Shut down. See, this
you need to do better.
Gaslight. This is abuse. Abuse at its finest. Okay, we should have one. It should be in fiction under Riley.
Right here, right?
I will help you.
You know, because I was like, I'm going through my ABCs a couple times.
Because it could also be, let me see when it came.
Okay. I know it was published on the 13th.
Okay, so today, we just received it today.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure you have it.
Yes, we do have it.
That's
yes.
I'm like, no. Yeah. I finished the book. I finished it last night. I have a whole day until book club meets. So, initial thoughts. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I could have left the romance in somebody else's book because it was forced at best. But the story was a good story. It was a nice little mystery, a whodunit. The opening scene is that man dying. He dead. He died, y'all. He just laid out on the concrete. Chalk outline, first chapter. But I think there's a sense of predictability about the text. And I say that because, not that that's a bad thing, right? Just because you can infer things does not mean that the novel was bad. It just means you're a good reader. Anyways, some of it was a little bit predictable, right? So right off the bat in the prologue, I believe it was the prologue, not chapter 1, when old boy died, or was on the path to dying. He knew he was about to die, whatever. There was this one specific detail talking about he memorized the number. At that point, I was like, oh nah, this man? Yeah, no, something wrong with him. He gotta go. He got murked for a reason, and it turns out he did. But when it comes to personal crimes, specifically sex crimes, right? I feel like there's always a general consensus that, like, we can handle this. You don't even have to worry about the courts. We can handle this. You understand me? And so without giving too much away, there was a sense of that in this novel. So I'm interested to see what my book club will say around if they think he deserved to die. And what I'm going to say is, I'm not going to say I think he deserved to die. And what I will say is, he got what was coming to him. Do you want to get into these book recommendations? So we went to 2 Barnes & Nobles this week. Neither one of them had an impressive or up-to-date Black authored section. Specifically looking at the mysteries and thrillers section, History Lessons by Zoe B. Walbrook was recently nominated for an NAACP award. What does that mean? That means I was completely baffled by the fact that I couldn't find not a single copy on the shelves in these stores. And then I was like, well, are there any other Black authored mysteries on these shelves? And the answer was no, even though there's quite a good number of books that have come out in the last 1 to 2 years that are specifically within this category. So let's do a quick hit recommendation. So if you are someone who is interested in reading more Black authored mysteries, here are a few books that I recommend you should read. We're going to start with History Lessons. I feel like it's pretty obvious. It was the book of the month for this month. I think it's a really accessible read. It's about a Black woman who is a French history professor, specifically researching 18th century Black families. There's been a murder, and Daphne has to figure out who did it, because whoever did it is trying to kill her too. Somewhere along the way, she finds herself, she finds her voice. We learn about chosen family versus your family that you're born into. We learn about a few stories of resilience, and we get to see family dynamics. Cute story. Again, I could do without the romance in it because I don't really think there was any romance. So we could have left that out. I would have been okay. We could have subbed it with somebody else dying. Let me get my list, because I actually sat down and prepared. Okay, I'm back. I've got my list. So, oh my God, this is so shorthand. I don't even know what some of this says, but I knew I wanted to make a list. I wanted to recommend history books to you. So here we go. Mystery. Did I say history? History books. So we've already covered history lessons, which was January's book of the month for book club. Next up is a 2-book series. I believe there's going to be more by Elise Bryant. The first one in the series is called It's Elementary, and I believe the second one is called The Game is Afoot. The first book completely engrossed me. It's about PTA drama. Oh my God. And there's been a murder. This one actually does have undercurrent of romance as well, although I would say it's a little bit more fleshed out than history lessons. If you are somebody who likes romance with your mystery of like who done it, are they gonna kiss, will they, won't they, right? Black woman, female main character, she's a mom, she's dealing with other PTA moms and the stuff that comes up in schools and in systems when you are not a part of the majority. I ate the first novel up, like I said. The second one was good too, but it had way more romance in it than the first one, and I'm not a romance girly. I think we should get that out of the way now. So if you're ever watching these videos expecting a full-on, let's talk about romance, we should probably break up now. But yeah, that second book had more of a romance focus, and it just wasn't for me. I wasn't feeling it. Next up, we have Savvy Summers, and I believe, again, this is shorthand. I believe the full title of the text is Savvy Summers and the Sweet Potato Murders, Crimes, Mysteries. It's a mystery novel. It's on my TBR. Let me put that out there. It is on my TBR. I have not read this, but it is a mystery. It has great reviews. I'll put some on the screen. Thank you, Future Ty. And I'm excited to read it. So next up, we do have a book that I did read from the author of Ace of Spades, which is also a Black author mystery that we are not talking about. I'm instead going to talk about her book, Where Sleeping Girls Lie. I read this with my Austin book club last year. Maybe it was the year before. It's YA, which means nothing. It's YA, and it is so freaking good. Without giving too much away, it's about this girl who's trying to figure out what happened with her sister. Because her sister died. Cat's out the bag. You find out real early the sister's dead. So old girl is trying to figure out the mystery of like, well, what happened to her? Whose fault is it? And who do I need to run up on? Trigger warnings are pretty much in line with history lessons. So this one also has some mention of sexual assault and violence, sexually based offenses, right? Trigger warning on the front end, but it is I flew through that novel. It was such a good book club discussion too, because I think everybody liked it. If not, then my brain is blocking out the girls that didn't like it, because it didn't matter if they didn't like it, because the book was good. It was great. Another mystery that I would recommend is Tender Beast by Lizelle Samberry. Another book that I ate up. It's about a wealthy Black family. Mom died. Trigger warnings. Death of a parent. Body mutilation. Murder. Lots of murders. Lots of blood. Mentions of cult-like behavior, satanic rituals. Trigger warnings. There's a few of them. So take care of yourself before getting into this book. If you are somebody that has a sensitive spirit, trigger warnings. But Tender Beast, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's about a wealthy Black family who started from the bottom, now they're here, you know. So the parents in this situation have acquired the wealth that their children now benefit from. They own a school which the children attend, and mom dies right off the bat. Like, mom has been gone since page 1, and it's a story of what unravels in the wake of her death, right? So she was the keeper of some secrets. She shared those secrets with her husband, and it was really a well-crafted story, I would say. And I would say this was a really well-crafted story that studies perception and perspective. So how people view you, how you view yourself, how you believe people view you, the things that you do to get people to view. Like, this book dealt with a lot. It dealt with a lot. A lot. And then the last mystery I'm gonna recommend to you, although it's technically a thriller. It's a thriller and something else. I can't remember how else it's classified. I'll pop it on the screen. Thanks, Future Ty. Is The Scammer by Tiffany D. Jackson. If you follow me on Substack, you know I read it recently and I adored it. The reason I'm going to plop this in here with this mystery recommendation lineup is due to the fact that there's been a murder. Okay. Calm down. But on a serious note, a mystery is unfolding. We don't go into it knowing that it's a mystery. But by the time you get 75% of the way in, it's very clear that this is a mystery. We working something out. And so it is a thriller. But she's low-key sleuthing when you get down to it. Like, once you realize what's really, because I don't want to spoil the book for you. I'm just here to tell you why you should read it and what the gist is, right? So when you really get down to the nitty-gritty, the bare bones of what the scam is actually about, you start to realize we're figuring things out together. All of us. Me, you, the reader, us, the readers, plus the character. The only person that knew what was going on was Miss Tiffany. It's a mystery. So that's going to wrap up our recommendation portion of this video. If you have any recommendations that are Black authored mysteries, go ahead and drop them in the comments. Otherwise, I'm going to wrap this up and I'm going to take you to book club with me. So I'll see you tomorrow. Surprise. We're back at Barnes & Noble. Are you surprised? But this time, it's for book club. Yay! So it's currently 1:46. Book club starts in 14 minutes. Let's see how many people come. I think somebody's coming. I saw somebody walk through the window. They didn't walk through the window, but I saw them through the window. Oh my god, oh my god.
It's like so pretty. I know.
I'll drop the YouTube tutorial in the chat.
Okay. All right, let me read it. That's a beautiful cover. There is a pattern to things with our people and the magic. When your body started to change, the magic would enter you and the gift would be born. A request from Allah. Welcome into the three. So 4. So 16 minutes. Oh, not the camera. I completely forgot about it.